Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to another episode of How's the HUD. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at E.V.E Hud by Sinders. And yeah, main menu looking pretty nice. You got advanced options and options like super glued together on the side here. It seems unintentional, seems a bit weird, but either way, all the buttons there are accessible. We got Manco, Sword, and Workshop as like smaller buttons here because most people really never need to click them. And having them attached to items just makes sense. We got the replace as a big button, even though that system hasn't worked for a while. This HUD also hasn't been updated for a while, so that makes sense. On the loadout screen, we got the up and down, we gotta move around, we got the change lighting thing. You know, everything you'd expect from a custom HUD, it's all here. I can move the scout, behind the soda popper over here. And there he is. As for going through the backpack, we got 80 strafing, although this was last updated like 3 years ago, back when 60 was the hard limit on backpack pages. They did update that sometime the last year or whatever, which is why I have 64 now. You can have up to 80, but you get free Christmas things, so I'm just waiting on those to come around. Either way, 80 strafing on backpack pages is sick, and it's got like the buttons labeled for that, which is super sick. Outside of that, pretty standard main menu, like mostly stock TF2 looking background. You get like the little character of the month or whatever. There's no current update going on. There's not like a summer or Halloween update or whatever, so it's just the scout chilling there. But yeah, if it was an event, there'd be an event thing there. We have our stock load screens. Nothing really special going on here, which is fine. The stock load screens look great. You got like all the little pictures for the map and all that. They always look really nice. And yeah, off to the actual in-game HUD, which is probably going to be the bulk of it. And interesting character selector. You can't move the characters in here, but you can see your teammates very clearly. You can see, what they are with the numbers here as well. Got a nice preview of your character, your class, or whatever. Yeah, pretty standard stuff there. You have all the HUD elements toward the outsides. They're a little bit more central, right? So they're not in the bottom corners like on a lot of other HUDs. They're a little bit more central, but not really in the middle either. It's like a nice mix of minimalist HUDs and TF2 stock HUDs. We see our max health and our missing health. If we're missing a bit more health, I'm assuming we have the low health indicator. We have a very nice red and blue flashing low health indicator there, and it grows bigger the more health you're missing, which is pretty neat. When you're overhealed, you have an overheal thing. When you heal when you heal people, you recharge on the bottom right with little like colors for each part of the meter or something. Not sure what that's for. But standard healing stuff going on. Engineer, when you build stuff, build menu in the top left. Your metal's in the bottom right though by your ammo, which is kind of interesting. Not where I expected it to be, but works completely fine. As for charge meters, which is a big thing in a lot of these, we have the different ooh. You have sub-meters on this one. At least on the Huntsman specifically, you can see like yellow, orange, orangey red up to red. Like it's got like different sections of the meter. Maybe these are different thresholds. Like, this is how much you have to charge to kill a soldier. This is how much you have to charge to kill a heavy, or something like that. I'm sure there's some type of info tied to that, but I don't know what it might be. As for having multiple meters, it looks kind of clunky with the cleaver being below the bar and everything else being on top of it. But I guess they want the kill streak thing right there. And to be fair, unless you're running this very specific scout loadout, Rap Assassin, Cleaver, and Soda Popper, you never actually have 3 things on your screen at once. So kind of fair enough. And then charge meters unlabeled, which seems kind of weird, but whatever. Overall, pretty solid. Rather minimalist HUD. It's like middle HUD. It's not middleman HUD, but there's a HUD called like centered HUD or something that I've reviewed already. Pretty similar idea to that, although it has a lot of nicer, cooler elements. Like the charge meter on the bow is pretty cool. They had that on the not the Uber saw, but on like the Medi beam as well, which I just thought was pretty neat. Overall, pretty standard aside that though. Kill feed in the top right, chat in the bottom left. You get your character portrait there. You get your health, your overheal and underheal stuff going on. It's all pretty standard stuff. There's nothing super crazy going on. Damage indicators are by your ammo where you'd expect them to be. You can see the 358 on the bottom right there. Like that's just as expected. Damn. Oh, that's not our set. Why did I think that was our sentry? I really heard this thing shooting people and saw like red people die. I'm just like, yep, that's my sentry in the corner there. But yeah, spectating people. Their info is on the bottom left, which I don't personally like, but it's pretty standard in a lot of HUDs, so clearly it's something a lot of people do enjoy. The only other thing I guess to check would be disguises, but you know that your model is in the bottom left, so I'd imagine it would work all the same. With that being said, there's really all there is to talk about with this HUD. It's pretty solid, standard minimalist HUD with some nice, colored meters for the bars and stuff. It's a mix of like minimalist HUD and center HUD, where all of the elements that you kind of care about, all the the metal count, the charge meters, the ammo, the health, it's a little bit more central than the standard HUD, but not by much. It still stays toward the outskirts. It's actually like it's a good mix of the two because there's a lot of HUDs that obviously pull it like closer to your crosshair, a lot more central. That's a pretty standard minimalist HUD type of thing. There's a lot of HUDs that stick with TF2's defaults and keep things in the far, far, far corners of the screen. This one's somewhere in the middle, in a very nice spot that not too many other HUDs use. I think I've only, of the ones I've reviewed, only 2 or 3 other HUDs have had this similar type of placement. The font used is very nice. They have like the colored charge meters, which if they actually have like a meaning and they don't just look a little bit nice, I might actually, implement that into my own future HUD. But yeah, overall pretty good HUD. Like nothing wrong with it. Nothing I can really point out. Even kills and deaths when you hold tab are kind of a focus of the HUD, which is good. That's what you want. And when you hold tab, you want to see your kills, deaths, and damage. Now, damage isn't highlighted, unfortunately, but the kills and deaths are, which is honestly more than you can ask for. But yeah, overall, it's a 5 out of 5. Very solid HUD. Very well done, and serves a very unique purpose, which is pretty good to have in a HUD. But yeah, pretty much all there is to say about it. Let me know if I maybe missed something, didn't talk about something in the comments below. And with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.